Sweet. Who caught that Tesla trade today with me? That was just gorgeous. It was a much bigger move than I thought. But I caught the majority of it, which was pretty nice. It was solid. Those contracts went crazy. Got the second half. Nice. Yeah, it ended up making new lows on the day. Man, we hit 288 on Tesla. Wow. That drop, that was just beautiful. A little bear flag into the low of the day, straight through 300. I mean, that was like the entry, my entry was like 303.5. And kind of scaled out around 298, 295. That was awesome. Anyways, let's see here. We got thank you, Cools. What's up, Ian? Yeah, we took Tesla low a day through 300. It was insane. I don't know if you're looking at my screen. I'll pull it up here. This is just awesome today. Little bear flag into I mean, it just died. That was just, I couldn't ask for anything better there. I hopped on a little early though, just so we can see this close here on Nvidia. Things did kind of sell off midday here because some Trump tariff stuff, which is picking back up again. You know, he did those the tariffs on Canada and Mexico, then they got paused, and then paused for 30 days, and those 30 days are up. So here we are again. This is going to be kind of an exciting one, though. I've been waiting for these Nvidia earnings. So anyone swinging this? Anyone doing an earnings YOLO trade here? I'm not. I don't recommend doing it, but I know there's some people that do it. Snow leaves, nice. Ian, you take any trades today? I know you got that call at 4:30, right? Oh, the call debits, nice. I've got a minute 30 here. I'll put times and sales on just so we can see these closing prints. Video volume is just crazy here. Look at this. Let's see here. When exactly does this number come out here? Nvidia should come out at 4:20 Eastern, so 20 minutes after the close. I bet it comes out earlier, but we'll see. And then we have Snow, as I have pulled up here. That's going to come out at 4:05 Eastern, and then CRM comes out 1 minute after the bell. Speaking of what, CRM as well. Oh, tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, Nvidia might be a little crazy here. Snow selling off into the close. Looks like we're going to close weak on that. It's kind of interesting. The reason I pull up times and sales is to see the closing print. I want to see how many shares are bought or sold right at the close. Sometimes that'll kind of give you an indication on where this could go. Some people do, yeah. Why? It's a national holiday. All right, 20 million shares sell at close here on Nvidia. That's why that sold off about $1 there. There's just a sell imbalance there. We had a 227,000 share buy into the close on Snow. I'll take times and sales off now. So, like I said, CRM is another big one. Apparently, that number is coming out here in about 30 seconds. So we can watch that along with Snow and NVIDIA. Could it affect APLD? NVIDIA has shares. Yeah, I mean, it'll definitely affect APLD. It's going to affect any chip, semiconductor stock, right? It's going to affect AMD. It's going to affect Micron. Maybe Intel a little bit. TSM for sure. So yeah, NVIDIA is, NVIDIA is the big dog. It's going to, oh, wow, CRM off my screen. Look at that thing. Straight back up for a second. It's dumping. That's gone. Bye-bye. That thing's getting crushed, man. Down 20 points, 22 points. Hit 280. Wow. See about Snow here. CRM should affect Snow a little bit, I would think. Anyone long CRM? What's up, Bull? NVIDIA is starting to creep down. Like I said, apparently the NVIDIA report's going to come out here in about 18 minutes, so we do have a little bit of time. Snow should be here in about 3 minutes if they're on schedule. So got a little bit of time to wait. You guys take any interesting trades today? I only had that one Tesla trade that was pretty good. What moved today? Meta was super strong for a little while. That opened up around 660 and we hit a high of 683. Nice, Bull. Hims is still sitting around 40. UNH, nothing too crazy there. Tesla to me is like the cleanest trade of the day. That was just awesome. It just did not stop going there for a couple minutes. Thanks, Latvian. Snow had a little spike there. We should see this move any minute. Nice, Jerry. Thank you, Gio. John on YouTube, would you accumulate as a long-term hold if NVIDIA drops to 120, or do you think more downside? I mean, a lot of it's going to depend on their earnings. In situations like this, when NVIDIA is super hyped up, even if they do good on their earnings, the stock could fall. Typically, they have to completely blow out expectations for this to rip. I mean, I would love to see NVIDIA, go up in the upper 140s, just because I want to trade this kind of all-time high breakout at 150 I've been waiting on. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I think NVIDIA, regardless, is a good long-term hold. If this comes under 120, I don't see that as a bad buying spot from a long-term perspective. But if earnings aren't as good, maybe guidance is a little low. It could bleed out a little bit further, maybe 115, 110. I don't think you'll see NVIDIA under $100 unless something drastic happens. But if you do see it under 100, to me, I'm buying that up for sure. All right, Snow should be here in about 20 seconds. Oh no, Porter, are you long some NVIDIA calls or what? Whoa, there goes Snow. It's coming down here. That was just at like 195 the other day. We're looking at that gap fill. Why don't we play Nvidia puts since the market's been tanking? Well, I just didn't want to trade Nvidia this week because they had earnings, so the contracts are going to move kind of weird. IV will be up. Just wouldn't move very clean. Snow straight back up here. Look at this. Hit 153 on the low. Starting to pop here back to 175, almost 180 here. Pretty nice move so far. Yeah, I mean, we could. I haven't really seen a lot of opportunity on the downside for Nvidia. To me, the best Nvidia trade recently was buying that dip after DeepSeek, which we had a swing pretty nice. Snow just released TNT. They kind of dropped down to 150, and now they're back up to around 170. It's just kind of moving crazy here. I mean, this thing is just jumping all over the place. It's kind of right in the middle of the range so far. That's a crazy range, though. Yeah. Yeah, possibly, Jerry. Snow trying to creep back up here. This is just moving wild. Let me go back and check on CRM real quick. So yeah, CRM tanked pretty hard. Only down about, let's see here, 15 points, 10 points. I'll go back to Snow. Snow still up a little bit here. I hate that Nvidia is so late. We still got about 13 minutes until that comes out. If you're long on shares, well, looks like you're going to be all right. Up about 12 points here from the close. Yeah, don't mess with the average. If you want to trade it, like that's kind of where you can put some capital into a different account order and trade it that way. Let's see here. What else is going on? Snow 180 plus here, starting to move. Anyone on YouTube or Twitter, if y'all have any questions, you can ask as well. Hit 300 for us. I want to see Nvidia up in the 140s. I want to see. I mean, this all-time high break I've been waiting for on Nvidia looks like it's just going to be awesome. Up around 150. We hit 150 basically right on the dot over here. We made a high of 153 back in this area, and then we've just seen some crazy movement. With DeepSeek, just a big gap downs and stuff. Obviously got bought back up. Sell off here, which is honestly to me kind of interesting. We saw a sell off into the earnings, which typically you won't. At least I don't think you'd see on Nvidia very often. But I don't know. Honestly, kind of a little downtrend here as well. Yeah, I know my chart is insane. I've got a ton of lines on here. That's what I get for teaching. But yeah, above 145. I mean, this thing is ready to go. So I want to see this go up. If it goes down, whatever it is, I'll scoop it up. 186 here on Snow. That thing's flying. Tony B, you're going to be happy with that. TNT, I think you are too. Just hit a high of 188. What's up with the wicks? Which wicks are you talking about? Yeah, I hope so too. Fidget. 140 calls. All right. Trading earnings are, they're tough, guys. No matter how good Nvidia's earnings are, if they don't just blow out expectations, this could fall. But considering this did sell off this week, I mean, obviously the market's kind of been weak lately, so I'm not surprised that Nvidia's sold off with everything else. But that to me could help this go up here on earnings. You know, if this was way up in the air, right, this got bought up, 15, 20 points coming into earnings, I would think that there's a lot bigger chance that this could sell off. But considering this has sold off coming into earnings, I think could help this go higher. We'll see. Let's see. John on YouTube. Thoughts on PLTR at 90? Worth accumulating given it was 120. Yeah, I mean, I think anywhere under $100 is isn't a bad spot to be buying PLTR. If, at least for a long-term sense. It's kind of filled that whole gap that it had from earnings, I believe. 190 here on Snow. Wow. That thing's flying. Come on, NVIDIA, let's go. Got about 9 minutes here. Anyone have any other questions? We might. Maybe we'll see 200 tomorrow morning. I know there's a gap. Yeah, so there's this may be the trade of the day tomorrow. We have a beautiful rejection here. Let me back this up a little bit further. So we have this gap down here on it looks like that was earnings back in let's see, back in February of 2024. Wow, so a year ago. We rejected right here at 194.5 back in like I said, February of 24. We also rejected basically right off that 195 level just a couple days ago. So this is now gapping up to that area. So it looks like these earnings are good. This could be a solid gap fill trade to the upside. I'll be watching that tomorrow for sure. Let me throw that up on my screen here so I remember. This is looking like it could be the trade of the day tomorrow, especially if you can get a little bit of a relief bounce in the market. But I don't know, with the tariff stuff going on today, maybe we see more downside. It's been a weird start to the year, right? We started the year really strong. I mean, things were just absolutely ripping, and now this last week or so, it's just been a free fall. But that's why I like day trading, because it gives me the opportunity to make some money on that. Yeah, good TNT. Yeah. I mean, for it to jump this much, I mean, what are we up now? We're up about 20 points. That's over 10%. I mean, this is good. Dennis, yeah, so that's a good chunk of change for sure. So I would check out the Rags to Riches program we have here. That's going to be a little bit more long term, like dividend share, longer term investing. But definitely want to diversify that 500 grand, spread it out, and then maybe take a chunk of that. You could day trade with it with me, swing trade with Mad Maverick a little bit, but I would put the majority in that. It's like a longer term investment portfolio. 180, 95 cents, key for snow pullback. Yeah. Yeah. Denise, you're gonna want to talk to Mr. Pookie's Revenge for sure. All right, we should see these NVIDIA earnings come out in about 5 minutes. Denise says she has 500 grand that she's looking to invest, Pookie. So I told her to sorry, I don't know. To go invest in the Rags to Riches program. You're not in trouble, I promise. You have 138 call, buy to close. Buy to close. So you're short a contract? Sold one. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Nvidia wanted to do earnings on my birthday. Yeah, decel, you always got to be paying attention to news and earnings. Every Monday at least, I'm going over making sure I know all the tickers that have earnings for the week, all the news for the week. A good site is Earnings Hub. I'll type it in the chat for you. Earnings Hub, and also Econoday US Calendar is where I get my news. Nice, Fergie. Well, happy early birthday. Are you turning 22 with me? Yeah, for sure, Decel. Yeah, Earnings Whisper is another good one as well. Thank you, Ace. All right, Nvidia, TikTok. Yeah, Denise, I had a good options day trade today on Tesla. I traded the 300 puts on Tesla from about 303 down to about 295. It was solid. I'd invest in the Latvian ticker. Snow pulling back here a little bit, straight down to 180. See if it can hold that. I would love to catch a snow trade. I haven't traded snow in a long time. Those contracts can move insane. Mara's having a good reaction. Okay. Yeah, snow definitely is going to have some supply, some resistance at 190 for sure. 195 though is going to be the level you guys want to pay attention to tomorrow. That's going to be the big level we need to see break. All right, about 2 minutes here, guys. Goji, yeah. So I was kind of walking through it via text with my coaching students today in that coaching channel. I did. I also put I put the trade idea pre-market in the day trades by Ethan tab. It's kind of where I put my watch list stuff. So that link right there is where I put that trade idea before. Is my mic loud or something? Oh, y'all are messing with me. I see. Yeah, Ace, I agree. All right, 1 minute, guys. We should see Nvidia come out. I think the last time, I think it was Nvidia, but they were late by like 20 minutes or something. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. Yeah, maybe Nvidia can. I don't know. This tariff stuff is probably a little bit bigger than Nvidia itself, but it could help the market rebound a little bit for sure if it's good. But if this thing tanks, I think it's just going to be even more free falling. Yeah, their earnings have to be spectacular. That's what I was telling them. Like, no matter how good these are, if they don't just blow out the expectations, it's this could easily slip up. Whoa, what's going on with snow here? Dropped a little bit, back above 180. That's a weird candle. All right, the numbers should be out. Nvidia slipping a little bit. Straight back up. You may have spoke too soon, Farouk. 133, 134. Let's see here. I know you guys can't see this, but let me read this off here. Record quarterly revenue of $39.3 billion, up 12% from Q3 and up 78% from a year ago. That's pretty solid. Record quarterly data center revenue of $35.6 billion, up 16% from Q3 and up 93% from a year ago. That's huge. Year over year, up almost 100%. It's crazy. Record full year revenue of $130.5 billion, up 114% year over year. That's huge, guys. This thing could really get ripping here as long as their guidance stays good as well. That's huge. Over 100% year over year is wild. Farouk, you got some calls on this or what? Spy Lotto, cool. Uh-oh, back down, 131. I think everyone expected them to do really good. So this may just kind of bounce around in this little range here until their earnings call, which I think has already started. 1 second here. Never mind. Their call starts at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, this is all just algo trading, guys. I hope you guys aren't trying to scalp this with equities. Just let this bounce around. I don't know. I got my fingers crossed. I want to see this up in the 140s. I think this ideally can get us up in to the upper 140s. We can see that breakout, the all-time high. Could easily go back up and could easily come back down. So don't think that this is the only move that's going to happen here. Yeah, see how AMD is moving. AMD is just kind of spiking around too, doing the same thing. Micron, I bet that's doing the same thing as well. TSM, same deal. Not as crazy of a move as I was hoping for, but we are only about a couple minutes in, about 3 to 4 minutes in. What happens if they decide that they want to put the extra earnings back to the company rather than in their stock? I mean, what will happen to their stock? Well, when companies do share buybacks, I think that may be what you're talking about, or capex. I don't know exactly what you're talking about, Sir Sleep. But if you're talking about if they buy shares back, that's typically looked at as a positive sign when companies do share buybacks. I know, like General Motors did, GM did a share buyback of $6 billion, I believe yesterday, actually. But if they do capex, which is, they spend some of their cash on just investing in like infrastructure and stuff like that. Short term, I think from what I've learned, that's kind of a negative sign, but longer term, it's positive. Yeah, 100%. Well, kind of disappointing move on Nvidia. I mean, we are just totally flat here. We closed at 131.28. We're sitting at 132. So nothing too exciting there so far. I can pull up the tick chart. That'd be kind of funny. For anyone that is new in here in the Discord, I'm going to send in my coaching link as well. If any of y'all are interested in joining my coaching, I do have a lesson on Thursday nights where I just go a little bit more in depth into things, and it's a good time for a lot of my students to get some one-on-one time with me as well. Today, that's basically where I signaled my Tesla put trade today. I spammed the hell out of my students, but a lot of them caught it, which is pretty nice. Latvian, you here? Yeah, you are. Did you catch Tesla? I know you did, TNT. I love that. $500. Boom. You caught it too, Trace. Nice. I love that you guys are catching this stuff whenever I'm not on mic. That shows that you're learning. Well, it looks like maybe Nvidia is waiting for the guidance to be talked about on the earnings call. Very interesting. Not much movement here at all. But I'm excited for Snow tomorrow. That'll be one of my top watches, especially if it's still up here around the 190 level. If it's down in the 170s, I won't really pay attention to it until we get back to 190 plus. But that looks like it could be a really solid trade. Yeah, Scott, that link's right above if you want to check it out. Yeah, they could. They could, but they'll announce it. What's up, Duco? You haven't really missed much. I mean, Snow popped off on their earnings, and Nvidia is kind of flat here, not really doing anything. But they had record revenues on a lot of things, like I think it was 114% year over year revenue growth. Yeah, Bull was just mentioning Mara. I think that is doing well, and it was for a second. We're coming back down a little bit. Oh, that had earnings. Interesting. It's coming down a little bit. Still green from the close, just barely. Well, I'll stick around for another like 10 or so minutes, guys, and I got to get out of here. But I'm a little disappointed at what Nvidia did. I think that it'd be beneficial for y'all to go back and check to see where Nvidia is here after 5 o'clock Eastern, because that's when their call starts, and that's when you can see this next move. Because honestly, I'm surprised this hasn't really done anything. So maybe a lot of people are just waiting on their guidance, which will be talked about on the earnings call. But other than that, do you have any other tickers or any questions you have for me before I get out of here? Scott 1178. If you have any questions on the coaching stuff, feel free to ask. I'll go ahead and add you as a friend as well, just so you don't get a scammer Ethan adding you. I got added by a scam Ethan, which is kind of funny. I don't know what kind of scammer does that. Obviously not very smart, but I had a great conversation with apparently it's my clone. Yeah, there's just nothing we can do about it. It's unfortunate, but for anyone that does get scam friend requests, just understand that we're never going to ask you for money. We're never going to ask you for any personal information. So, but I did go ahead and just added you, by the way. Yeah, I'm never going to ask you for money to invest for you. I can promise you that. I saw one scam recently in here. They're saying that our payment processing was down and we would accept crypto. We also would not be doing that. Just FYI. SPY 606 possibly by Friday. Yeah, I mean, definitely, anything's possible, guys. I mean, I don't have a like TNT said, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you where it's going to go. We hit 600 today. I think 606 is very doable, but by Friday, we definitely need to see a big bounce. I think that you definitely should consider the tariff news that came out. We are at a pretty solid uptrend right now on SPY. So if we kind of fail 600 again, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see SPY 585, 580 if things get a little worse. But that doesn't mean that's going to happen. We could be at 610 by the end of the week, right? I don't know. If I knew, then I'd be richer than Elon Musk. Let's see, I'm getting some tweets here. Nvidia, fastest product ramp in our company's history. The Blackwell chips are achieving billions of dollars in sales in Q1. So I mean, all I'm seeing is good news here, but I don't really know why this is so flat. This is a great example on why YOLOing earnings is honestly never really a good idea. Nvidia, it looks like it's doing great across the board, right? Which a lot of people expected. But if you had calls or puts in this scenario, you're screwed, because if this opens up, anywhere from 130 to 134, 135, you're probably going to be down on those contracts. Simply because the IV is going to crush, right? They inflate those contracts like a balloon to make people pay for them, pay more for them to get involved in an earnings move. And then once the market opens, they just pop that balloon and those prices just get crushed. So far, from what I'm seeing, the guidance is good. Yeah, but there's going to be a lot more talk about the earnings call here in about 30 minutes. Yeah, Scott, you're either going to give your money to the market or you're going to invest in your education. And, you can spend as much time as you want trying to learn how to trade on your own, but that's, our job is to kind of hold your hand and help you. Drop it under 130 right here on Nvidia. It's more, back to that. It's more worth your money to invest in the education side of things, especially early on, rather than just throwing your money into the market and just lighting it on fire. At least you'll get something out of the coaching, and be able to make any sort of those losses back over time. I mean, think about Miss TNT today. Quick $500, nothing to it. All right, I will. I'm gonna stick around for another like 3 or 4 minutes, guys, and then I am going to get out of here. Yeah, quick little $500 in 5 minutes. What's up, Lisa? Thank you, Kiwi. What's up, Breckle? Yeah, I'll probably have some cake at dinner tonight. We'll see. All right, last call. Any questions, any tickers before I get out of here? Google, yeah, I mean, Google's been getting smacked. I mean, just smacked here. I mean, we're about to go under 170. Obviously it's been selling off with the overall market, but I don't know how much further this can go. I feel like there's got to be some sort of bounce sometime soon, but nothing ever has to happen in the market, right? You should always ask yourself, why couldn't it come lower in a scenario like this? But I don't know. Just weird, Breckle. I don't know. I would think you'd see some sort of support here at 170. But if we see the market sell off anymore, I mean, this could really just start giving out. Awesome, Scott. We're glad to have you. Just shoot me a DM if you have any other questions about anything. I do, like I said, my coaching lessons are Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So I will see you on that one. What's that? Tomorrow. No, Gary, I don't. No, I cut that a couple days ago. I may try to get back in a Google swing. I do think it's a bit oversold, but it's kind of tough for me to want to do this with the market as weak as it is, right? I mean, I think there's always value in buying things like, these mega cap stocks that are down over 10% from their highs, right? 10, 15, 20% from their highs. But you never want to try to pick a bottom, right? If I'm going to start a position on this again, I would try to slowly buy into this. Yeah, Breck, I'm about to get out of here. Cool. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks as always for coming. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning for some live trading. Thank y'all. All right. Adios.